There was a time where most video games would make the jump to 3D. It was a very revolutionary time for video games, as the jump from 2D sprites to a 3D immersive area where they could explore. While not many 3D games went to a full 360 3D, some had 64-bit graphics while still keeping core gameplay they once had in their origins. But what if you were able to combine both of those gameplays into one and then you add Mega Man in it? Behold, Mega Man X7. This is the 7th game in the Mega Man X series. This game is different compared to the previous entries as it utilizes 3D graphics. There is also a switch between 3D and 2D gameplay. On paper, this sounds cool. It gives off different spin to the X series, but when you actually see him play, it is a very clunky mess. There's also a lot that goes on in the game so much, so let's start from the beginning. We are introduced to a brand new character called Axel. I'm pretty sure they pulled another Mega Man 7 introducing a third character to the 7th entry. Axel escapes from past hunting group. It is confirmed that Axel does not want to fight anymore.
Why must Reploids fight one another? I've had enough violence.
And that voice acting he has is terrible. Can I just say the game's voice acting is outright terrible? It sounds like the characters don't even try. I bet they didn't go all out and went for first takes only. That's a bad sign of the game. When the game starts, you play as Axel and you have this new gun. It is a very weird opening stage. You start in the lab and then you get play as Zero. Zero stage takes place in a highway and it's staged to resonate the opening stage from the original Mega Man X. In this stage, it'll change from 3D to 2D. Once you make it to the end, you and Axel meet up. You then fight a boss. Once beaten, we get to see what Axel does. In this game, we have battle up 8 bosses like in the previous game. I'll first begin to say that the splash screens don't look that appealing to me. Just look very ugly and bland. Feels so dull for a Mega Man game. And in my opinion, just doesn't look right. Anyways, let's begin with the levels. The levels switch between 2D and 3D gameplay. You can move around and dash, but the game's very slow. It feels very sluggish. This doesn't feel like a Mega Man game. Some of the level designs are a little stale, and some of them just confuse me to the point where I just want to shut the game off. I'll admit the game has some pretty cool scenery. In this game, we have to rescue Reploids, and by rescuing them, we get skills. We can then use the skills to help power up our characters in speed. If we help a certain amount of Reploids, we get to unlock Mega Man X and finally play as him. That's funny, the game was named after him and he isn't even until the second half of the game. Once we fight the bosses, we are then treated to the menu which we can upgrade our characters. Let me just say, the menu is so long, tedious, and annoying. You best be sure not to tap on the 8 button a lot because you have to start from the beginning. Ilya talks a lot and you can't even speed it up. There's just a lot of dialogue in between the menus. Now the game's known for a couple of things. I think we gotta clear this one up though.
Oh, it hurts!
Heinard?
Oh, it's you that's causing my suffering. Then if I tear you to pieces, the pain will stop.
Don't worry, I have just the cure.
Burn to the ground! Burn! Burn! Burn!
The game feels pretty cheap and lazily made. It just doesn't feel finished. The game doesn't look very nice. It looks a little ugly, but this could be because it is a PS2 game. In this game you do not have a camera control, which means it causes the game to be difficult to navigate and see where you're going. I have to change where a character moves around just to see where am I going. It isn't necessarily a big problem, but it's pretty annoying to have to deal with. I want to comment on the game's music, saying this is probably the 3rd best Mega Man X soundtrack I've heard. It's something completely different compared to the previous 6 Mega Man X games. I just enjoy some of the tunes here. I think you'll get enjoyment out of it too. At the end of the game, we fight Red by jumping on platforms, and then it turns out the final boss is Sigma. He describes the game so well.
So, it was you after all.
You never give up, do you? Even when we break you down to scraps, you always come.
That's right, folks. I'll do it again and again. I will make X and Zero mine. Now come and get me. Give me a good fight.
Again, with Sigma a double phase boss battle, we fight him and get the ending. The end depends on which character you beat Sigma with.
I will return in a new form. I promise you.
I found you, Zero and X.
Very nice, friend. Give me your power. It's time for revenge.
Oh, with this power, I'll never lose!
Mega Man X is not hard. It just felt really poor design, real lazy and really rushed. I think X6 would belong to the worst Mega Man X game. This is a close second worst. Many people consider this to be the Sonic 2006 of Mega Man, but I disagree. I think it's just a mediocre game. This game feels like a joke. It feels like a joke to one serious Mega Man X. It doesn't take itself seriously, and I really feel it might have been disappointing to the people who originally played it, which is understandable. Game would be probably played for giggles and stuff. Not really a serious game because it can't even take itself seriously. I can't even take it seriously.